Hey you guys, this is Rafael from Shiloh Hope you're all doing well. Today we got something extra special for you. Got to visit with an old friend and did something to preserve a little bit of history. And after I watched it again, I thought that could be misleading. Do not try anything that we did in this video. This is fair warning. It was not intended to look like as much fun as it was, because it could have been dangerous and I would never want you guys to get hurt. But the reason I'm going to go ahead and air the video is because you need to treat Civil War artillery shells with respect, because a lot of them, they might be 160 years old, but they're still alive and kicking. And so you got to be careful and treat it with the respect that they deserve, because when you see this video, the powder inside was just as hot as the day it was put in there. And this shell especially, this shell is a James shell. Charles Tillinghast James is a fellow that had it patented, and one of them killed him. So don't take any chances. Always be careful. There are people that can professionally disarm artillery shells, and it usually costs 50 or 100 bucks, but it's the best 50 or 100 bucks you'll ever spend, because you know it will be done safely, remotely. So be careful. I care about you guys. I don't ever want anybody to get hurt. I'll talk to you a little bit more after you see what we did. Catch you in a few minutes. Hey you guys, this is Rafael from ShilohRelics.com. Today we got something extra special. I get to be here with one of my oldest friends, one of the guys that has been such a positive influence in my life, and you guys have heard me talk about him a lot, Larry Hicklin. We've done something special. We've just gotten finished drilling out and making inert a Civil War cannon projectile. This one's the James shell, patented by Charles Tillinghast James. You can go back on one of the previous videos and learn a little bit about it, but the powder in them is still kicking, as we like to say. It's very important that when you come up on a Civil War shell, you treat it as though it is still alive and kicking. And there are people that remotely disarm these shells, and that's what you have to do. You can't be up close to them because they are still dangerous. We have remotely drilled it. We have dumped out the powder, as you can see in the pictures, and now we're going to check it and see if it's still kicking. So let's check this out. I'm going to put that little jewel there. Let her rip, boss. And that is why you treat each Civil War shell as though it's still got live powder in it, because odds are it does. It's not something to take easily.
No, nothing lightly,
because
sure.
It can turn a good day into a bad day really quickly. So thanks for being with us today. I appreciate you guys. I'm lucky to have this guy. We've been friends for 30 years now, and we're still friends.
Yeah.
See you next time. How cool was that? It was always good to see my buddy Larry. For those of you that haven't watched the previous videos, Larry and I were partners for 10 years. He's one of the guys that really helped me get started in the Civil War business. Very lucky to have him in my life. Love you, Larry. And he's been like a second father to me, and I'm very thankful for him. As for the shell, there's a little bit more you need to know. When we drilled the shell remotely, meaning nobody was around, it was perfectly safe. There was enough distance that should, God forbid, something have went off, we would have been safe. We go in, you take the artillery shell, you shake out as much of the powder as you can get out. Then you safely dispose of that powder. You flush out the cavity of the shell to be sure that you get everything loosened up. I use I don't drill them anymore, but I used to. And I used to use a water pick, and I would use them until it stopped coming out. Then you coat it with the chemical that you use when you're cleaning out black powder guns that causes the powder not to be harmful anymore. My brain just went blank on me. I can't remember the name of it. But that way you know that it's safe, because you don't want to take any chances. Because as you saw, that was just maybe a fourth, probably not even a fifth of the powder that was inside there. You saw the poof that made. So you don't want to take any chances. And this video was a lot of fun to make, but it gets a point across, hopefully, that if you've got that cannon shell that's sitting by the door, be careful. You can have them safely disarmed professionally and be safe, but it was a lot of fun. The shell itself, it's one of my favorites. It just picked it up. It's a James shell, patented by Charles Tillinghast James, percussion fuse, which is one of the reasons that when I was driving up there with this in the car, I was a little nervous because they have that percussion fuse. You want to be sure that nothing touches that because there's a slider inside there that has a percussion cap on it that causes that spark. So you don't want to do this with it. You got to treat them with respect because they are weapons. And I just want you guys to be safe. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun. It's always good to see my buddy Larry. I hope you guys are well. I hope everything's going in your direction. Just want y'all to know that people care about you. I hope you're all doing well. And I'll catch you next time. I got something I want to talk with you about, but we're going to do that on another video. We'll catch you later. See you guys.